Okay, so let's get some feet. I'm just going to go into the top view, and I want to make like a nice little controller for my feet. I'll go in here to create Civic Curve tool, and I'll go and I'll trace out some kind of nice shape, like an oven mitt for geckos. And I can go and stop, say there, enter, and we see my curve sitting here on the ground. If I don't like that gap, I usually go and I leave it open like that, and then I'll zip over into surfaces, edit curves, and there's a thing called open close curves, and that closes it off. And we're just going to call this FootCtrl. Okay. And the pivot point for this, let's just hide my geometry. I'd like my pivot point to be right there. Okay. And actually I can see I don't know if I like those kinks in here, so I might just go in and grab my move tool and pull this over this way. And you can use the arrow keys to kind of move around your CVs if you're trying to sort them out a little bit or whatever. Back to object. Great. So now it's in a good spot. I'm happy, and I know it. The arm here, if I go in and I go back to animation, I'm going to go into skeleton. There's the IK handle tool. I'm going to make sure I'm on rotate plane solver, and I want sticky on. And I'm going to go from here down to here. Okay, great. It's giving me one for the arm. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to create I'm going to create another IK handle. You saw my little video, the last video just popped up as it's finished. So now I got two IK handles. And if, by the way, these IK handles are too big and they're hard to deal with how big they are, like looking at them. If I just go into display and I go into animation, there is a IK handle size, and I can go in and adjust them so they're a bit smaller. Okay, great. So I've got these two controllers here, or two IK handles, and I'm going to take those two and I'm going to group them. So I've created a group. I just went and hit Control G. I'm going to move that pivot point for the group. I'm just going to go and hold down D and V and middle click, pop it there. Yay! And I'm going to call this Foot Group. Group. Okay, the foot group. What I want the foot group is I want it to be controlled by the by the foot control. So I'm just going to grab this. I've selected them in the wrong order. The group has to be selected last, but if I go Object, Foot Group last, it switches the order that's selected last. You'll see it's highlight in green. And if I go Constrain, Parent Constrain, yay! Now when I grab this controller and I rotate around, it moves the foot. I'm just trying to make a quick decision. The easiest way to control the elbow is probably with a pull vector constraint. Okay, so the pull vector constraint. I think I showed a no flip one, but I'm just kind of concerned right now. I'm just trying to do something simple. I'll do the no flip later. If I go in and I go create myself a locator. I'm just gonna move that locator so it's like right there on the elbow. My trick is always to put it on the elbow and then move it back a little bit. Okay, but I'm going to put it here, and you can take the local scale and move that, make it smaller. Great. That doesn't affect the scale here, and now I can freeze it out, and that puts a local position over here. Okay, great. I'm just going to move this over this way. Anyway, if I select the locator and I hold down Shift and I grab this, I could, by the way, I can make some kind of elbow control-y thing too if I wanted to. If I put this back here, I can go into constraint and I can do a pull vector constraint. Where the hell am I? Pull vector. Yay! And you'll see that when I move this, there, the elbow is always pointing at it. Okay. And anything else we got to worry about? So this here moves the foot around, and I can rotator the foot. Boop, boop. Okay, and the next thing I want to do is I want to go in and control the toes. So, what I might end up doing is with the foot here, I'm going to go into modify and I'm going to go to add attribute, and we're going to make an attribute called, I think I called these ones fingers. Finger 01 minimum, -10, tab maximum 10, tab default 0. And I'm going to hit add. And I'm going to keep doing that for each one. For each one of these 5 here. And I'm just trying to figure out, should I just try to go as fast as I can, or should I pause? We're at 5:30 here. I think, let's just do it. Finger 02. And then it's -10, tab 10, 0. And I keep adding. I'm going to pause, and I'm just going to get them all done. Okay, so, now what I want to do is I got all those things done, got all these fingers done here. I'm going to go in and I'm going to control them. I sometimes will do like a bend, and I'll do a curve. Okay, I usually like call one where I do this joint and this joint, but I'm going to do them all in one just to be fast. Depends on what you're going to do with this thing. If you want to do lots of work with it, I probably split it up so there's a rotation on that one, and then there's a rotation on these 2, or maybe even individually, each one of them individually. But for this case here, and I think something might just help here, just to do a quick little bind, just so that we can see what we're doing. And I won't do any weighting, but I'll just grab, say, the skeleton, grab this. And if I go into skin, bind skin, smooth bind, and in the smooth bind, I'm going to take the drop off rate and knock it up to 10. Later on, I'll do more of this stuff. But now, if I go in, there's a wonderful thing called animate, set driven key, set. Okay, and the driver is going to be this animal right here, load driver. Yay! There's finger 1. And I'm just going to be relatively quick when I do this. This one, and this one. I'll load those. I'll do them all at the same time because I'm lazy. And I know that they're going to be rotating along their Z-axis here. Whoop. And so if I go into rotate Z, right now they're at their default value, so I can go ahead and hit key. And when I take the foot control, I just clicked on this and it selected the foot control. I'm going to take that, I'm going to go to, say, 10. So 10 is going to be a forward movement, I'm going to say. So when I grab these 3 and I do this, I don't know, I'm going to make some kind of like gecko fist. The fist of the gecko. I'll go down to something like that and I'll hit key. And again, I could figure out something better than this, but whatever. Now if I take this and I make the 10, I go into -10. When I highlight these and I go and I grab the rotations, and I can do something like that, and I'll hit key, and now I'll just test it out. So when I select this, what does that do? -10 to 10. Boop. I got nice little gecko-y fingers. And when I zero it out, great. And I can do the same to each one of these. I'm just going to pause again, and I'll do it. Okay, so I've got them all working now. And so I've just got all these. If I test them out, whoop. Get my little gecko hands ready so I can grip things and stick on things. Still feels like I should break them up, but again, I'm trying to do this fast. And there you have it. There's a foot done. And I'll just stop this video here. I guess everything works, right? So I just test it out, make sure I'm not lying to you. And then I guess bad weighting up here, but whatever. I'll just clean this up soon.